Hello, you lovely, lovely humans. Welcome back to Roy's Repair and Resale. My name is Roy. I do repairs and resale. And nobody on this goddamn channel can tell me that I am not a man of my word. All right? It took me 3 weeks, but I got it done. For your viewing fucking pleasure, here we are. Welcome in, everybody. Happy fucking Saturday to you. Oh, what a lovely, lovely day it shall be. Oh. All right, let me get my hydration going here. We got a few things to work on tonight, so we're going to get started relatively soon here. Oh, let's get the hydration for the evening, shall we? Oh. Here we are. Oh, there we go. Ah, perfect. Beautiful. Love it. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Oh, Chris, I hate it. I hate it, brother. Welcome. Lovely to see your face. But no one can say I am not a man of my word. All right? I made a bet. I fulfill my bets. Oh. It's going to be a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Ah, tale of two Chris's. Welcome. Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome. Give a little time. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. All right. Going to give a little time for some folks to get in here. And I'm going to do some testing on this first one real quick while we're doing that. Oh, yeah, that power supply is probably dead. I didn't hear a crackle at all. Oh, which PlayStation is this? Well, good thing I have 2 of those. Look, the fact that I am sitting here with clothes on and these bunny ears is enough of a blessing for you guys, okay? If you want to see anything else, you got to get the premium paid subscription monthly on a different site, all right? Oh, welcome in, everybody just coming in. Welcome, welcome. Please get comfortable. It's going to be a great stream. It's going to be a fantastic stream. Oh, lovely, lovely days ahead. I have to document this for posterity. Oh, yeah. That's the look right there. That is the look. You know what's fucked up? Hang on. It came with a fucking cottontail. I'm not doing it. Go fuck yourself. Oh, Trick, just in time. Hell yeah. Oh. Welcome in, my friend. Is it Raced? Raced Lindsay, welcome, welcome, welcome. Buenos dias, whatever it may be. Trick, this is me fulfilling my end of the bargain, okay? I put a wager about a month ago on a repair I did, stating that if the console ended up working by the end of the stream, that I would find a bunny hat overlay and do a repair stream with it. Unfortunately, with Streamlabs, I could not find a bunny hat overlay. So I spent my own goddamn money to buy this fucking hat and fulfill my end of the fucking bargain. All right. How long have I 8 minutes? We got about 2 more minutes, and we're going to get started on things. I got quite a bit to run through. I got one, two. I got like 4 consoles to work on. So, hey, Russ, I am nothing if not a man of my word. All right, I am nothing if not a man of my word. Also, lovely to see a beautiful face. You did not tell me about the lightsaber that you fixed. That is tremendous. All right, let's give a little time for some folks to jump in here. Oh, let's get this hair out of the way. Oh, I feel like I'm going to need these. This is FR, this is FR, perfect. Oh, no shit, damn. What ended up being the problem with it? What's up, Timbo? Long time no see, my friend. Welcome in. Oh. Controller IC. Ah, interesting. Where the hell did you find a fucking replacement for that? Well, if it's I suppose if it's a controller IC, probably could have just pulled it from any board that had a similar one. That makes sense. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Timbo. Ah, okay, there you go. That makes sense. Yeah, work is. Hey, it's nice to have work, Timbo. I have been actually relatively slow for the past couple of weeks here. This is the first day that I've had a backlog of consoles to do. Stuffed Barbie. Hell yeah. That's a fantastic name. Welcome in, my friend. Welcome fucking in. Welcome to Roy's Repairs and Rabbits, motherfucker. I won't touch the hoverboards, man. I've seen a couple of repairs on those. Those are not a chance, man. I do have an interesting one coming in. It was supposed to be in Friday, but it didn't come in. But I have a suspension control module bypass that I use at my normal 9 to 5 that a customer is sending back for it got hot and started smoking. Now, I've never taken one apart, so I'm going to take it apart and try and fix it and send the recording to the factory that we use for follow-up. So that'll be fun. A little chance to work on something new. All right. We have waited enough time. More people will trickle in and get to see this lovely, lovely setup we have here. So I have 4 PS5s to work on tonight. I know. It's fucking PS5 night. Congratulations. Here we are. We're going to get started right away. You goddamn right. And I be turning tricks. All right. So we're going to get started right away. This first one, customer just brought to me about 2 hours ago and stated that it was working fine. He uploaded a game. I can imagine why, Trick. He tried to play a game on a disc and then it just completely shut down on him. So we're going to test this real quick. I have power plugged into the back already. Yeah, so you can see power cords plugged into the back. And let's see what we have. Yeah, fair enough. I'm sure the toy that vibrates was probably worded slightly differently and triggered something. Okay, so this is completely dead. This is no power at all. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Once you get it in and test it, let me know how that works. Nope, nope, that's not what I wanted to go away. Okay. All right, so we have 0 power on this right now. What the hell happened to my camera? What the fuck? Okay. Sorry, my desk is once again a mess as usual, so y'all bear with me here. All right. So we have no power, no beat, no nothing on this particular PS5. This is a 1215 model. And I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and assume it's probably a shot power supply. I've had quite a number of those lately, and it seems the trend is continuing. Hang on, I need to. There we go. Make sure we get that in the shot. Okay, so let's get this torn down. Actually, let's get this camera in a much better working area here. All right, close enough. All right, so pretty sure this is just going to be a power supply swap. That would be my guess, just based on the symptoms and the fact that when I plugged it in, I did not hear any kind of crackle whatsoever. So we will have a look. Oh, damn. I forgot to plug in my drill, which means I'm going to have to do a lot of this by hand to start off. Until my drill gets some power into it. All right. But luckily, I don't have to go very far to test the 12 volts, because I should have it right here on this fan connector. And I believe it's on this very first wire here. Although red is usually the hot wire, but I think on this one the gray is actually the hot wire. But I'll test both of them. Black is always ground. That's just the nature of electronic wiring. Also, for those of you guys that were already here last week, that portal that I was working on with the Hall effect joystick, it did not work. Period. I did everything I could imagine to try and make that thing work, and it did not work. I actually ended up buying a donor portal just to steal the fucking joystick off of it. So, but the customer had already paid for the console. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to leave him hanging out to dry. Ace, welcome in, my friend. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I bought a donor portal to steal the joystick off of. This thing actually works. It's just the screen is fucked up. So at some point or another, I'd like to salvage whatever parts I can. But now I have a donor portal. All right. All right. So fan is out. Let's give ourselves power here. Yeah, there's just no crackle on that whatsoever. Oh, let's grab our multimeter. All right, so ground it out here. All right, nothing on that pin. And nothing on that pin. Yeah. Yeah, so we have no 12 volts at all. 12 volts is gone. All right, let me send a message over to the customer. ET, welcome in, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Charles, welcome. All right, so we have no voltage going into the board. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back to Roy's Repairs and Rabbits. It's a beautiful day here in sunny South Florida. Floor Slug, welcome in, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Right. My drill is charging right now, so I have to do these by hand for the time being. You goddamn right, pink hands, baby. That's how we rolling today. Oh, let's go ahead and pull our power out. That's completely unnecessary at this point. All right, there we go. Yeah, this thing is fucking clean. This is in very good shape. All right, so let's continue on with our disassembly process here. All right, I am not doing all of these screws without my drill, so it's going to have enough power to get through this part. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, I can already tell these bunny ears are going to be a pain in my ass the entire fucking stream. Horse with a top hat. Man, I ain't seen that name in a while. Good to see you, brother. Found a cockroach-ridden PS4. Oh, the fucking worst. You know what? It might not only be Roy's Repairs and Rabbits this evening. It may also be Roy's Repair and Roaches. I have a feeling we're going to run into at least one of those tonight. So, we suffer together, my friend. Now I have to keep the ears on for at least an hour. All right. This way we have some stragglers that come in. They see that I've done my part. I'll keep them on for an hour. An hour is totally fine. Hey Jaeger, what's going on, my friend? How's that Xbox treating you? Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, welcome in, guys. Yeah, I'm getting everything disassembled right now, and I'll show you exactly what the problem is. This is a PS5, my friend. PS5. Hey, thank you much, man. I appreciate it. Oh, hell yeah, Jaeger. I'm glad to hear it, buddy. I'm glad to hear everything's working well. Yeah, now that those wires were taken care of properly, that thing should last just fine. All right, let's get these disconnected. Let's get that disconnected. Unfortunately, it can just happen randomly. Not really sure as to what exactly could cause it. The most common cause of it is roaches, but I don't see any roaches in this console. So it could very well just be a defective power supply, or it was plugged in during a storm and it took some lightning damage that didn't immediately kill it, and it just took a while for it to finally quit. That's also entirely possible. But I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah. The scalpers were definitely a very real thing. The first time I bought a PS5, before I was even working on them, I had to pay $800 from GameStop because they were doing the bundle only bullshit. So I had to pay $800 for like a PS5. It was the 1115 model. I still have it. And then like a series of games and a GameStop gift card and all kinds of shit. Oh, where's my screwdriver? There we are. Where is my screwdriver tip? There we are. Yeah, it happens, man. Unfortunately, when it comes to electronics, even small stuff like that could, it's the smallest things that can take out a board like this. Now, again, if it's only the power supply, consider yourself lucky, because I'll show you some of the other ones that I've worked on as I go through this, where the labor is a lot worse and the prices are a lot higher. So. Let's disconnect this and this. And let's grab my drill again. Okay. Let's go ahead and pop the board out. There we go. Okay, so first of all, I was telling the chat already, your PS5 is in immaculate condition, dude. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful machine. This liquid metal down here, I know it's a little hard to see. My camera quality is not the best, but the liquid metal down here is in really good shape. All of this is really good. The the part I was telling you about is this chip right here, the Southbridge chip. If that fails, that's where things start to get expensive, because that can take out a bunch of components over here. Some of these components. This is the main power chip on the board. If that fails, it's all bad. It's all bad. Yeah, no, the PS5 is in fantastic condition. So we're going to move this board over here for right now. All right. So because the owner is in here, I'm going to be more detailed than I usually would, because I know you guys know a lot of this. This area right here is the power supply. It's underneath this plate right here. I'm going to take the whole thing apart, but I just want you to see exactly what I'm showing you here. So I'm going to back up a second. So I'm going to take this power lead right here, and I'm going to plug it into this. So what should happen, so you'll see that this is reading pretty much zeros across the board right now, because it's measuring voltage that comes from whatever I connect it to. So normally when I put the hot wire, which is the red one, into the positive terminal of this power supply, it should show me 12.00 or 11.90, something like that, to show that there's a 12 volts inside the power supply. So if we go in here, oh, we do have power. Ah, that's interesting. Okay, so it is not the power supply. This power supply is actually good. Oh, very interesting, because it did not have 12 volts on the board, which means there's probably a 12 volt short. This just got way more interesting. Okay, so your power supply is good. That's fantastic. That's actually fairly good news. Now, depending on what's wrong with it. That's interesting. Okay. All right, so power supply is good. Let's find out why it's not working. Matter of fact, real quick while I'm thinking about it, before we get too far into this, I'm actually going to put the board back in real quick so I can test some voltages on the board itself. That's actually surprising, because I did not have 12 volts going into that fan. Okay, so do we have a 12 volt short? Oh, we have a 12 volt short. Interesting. We have a 12 volt short. Okay. I have not had one of these in a while. Okay. Well, you're in for a good one, my friend. I'm glad you're here to watch it. Here we go. I thought it was just going to be a power supply swap. Okay. All right, so let's do some digging, shall we? So a 12 volt short. What could cause a 12 volt short? All right, let's bust out the microscope real quick. Okay. So, what I mean by a 12 volt short, let me see if I have another board. I do have another board right here. So again, I'm going to be a little bit more detailed than I usually am, because the customer's actually in chat with us here, guys. So I want them to see, step by step how this works. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, so this second board that you see on the bottom right of your screen is a donor board that I have. It's just a useless board that I keep around for parts. This arrow right here, oh, you can't see shit. There we go. This arrow on this particular board, always a pleasure, Dave, always a pleasure, indicates the positive side of the power supply. So if I go here to this side, you'll hear that beep that's going on in the background. That's completing a circuit to ground. So I have this ground plane right here, touching copper, which is always ground, and then the negative terminal on your power supply, or your power input, completes a circuit to ground. Normally, on the positive side, it will not complete that circuit. See? You don't hear that beeping because there's no completed circuit to ground. On your console, so this is yours over here, the positive is indicated by the positive sign, which is right here. So I'll put the red probe onto the negative terminal, which is normal. You're supposed to have that. However, on the positive terminal, we also have beep, which means the positive 12-volt input on this board is shorted to ground, which means there's a short circuit somewhere on the 12-volt line. So we have to find where that short circuit is and remove the problem, which means we are going short hunting. All right, so 12-volt short. Where am I going to find a 12-volt short? Let's do a visual inspection first. Let's see if we have any blown up or burned components, anything like that, that will give it away instantly. That would be great. Trying to find a place to put my damn multimeter for the time being. Oh, I know, 12-volt shorts are, I'll take a 12-volt short all day. That inductor doesn't look right. That coil right there. The solder looks a little rough on it, but yeah, we'll continue on. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be one of the MOSFETs for sure. But I always like to do visual inspection just to be sure. Something that's easy to spot. All right, so this is the MOSFET area on the 12-volt line. This is the back of the board, what I consider. Trick, don't do that while my customer is in the chat with us. We want to give him hope and reassurance. We don't want to tell him that it's a bricked console. That's not nice. Not until we know for sure, anyway. Okay, so the caps look okay. All those caps look relatively okay. And of course, my goddamn microscope just took a shit. It's fine. Let me fix it. Okay. All right. So now we are on the back side here of these MOSFETs, of which I am assuming one has failed. So we are going to probably have to remove that thermal paste. All right, bunny ears are coming off. All right, thermal paste removal is now. So we'll come up and clear more of this as we need to. I'm just trying to get, I know, it's a pain in the ass. So I think what we'll do is we'll get this off. Yeah, as much of it as we can anyway. And then we'll do some quick testing just to see if I can find like a shorted cap or something like that that'll give it away as to which one it is. But we may end up going voltage injection and just injecting like a volt, 1 volt and maybe 2 or 3 amps into the 12 volt input, and seeing if we can target the offending component pretty quick. But I will do some standard testing as well, just to be sure. Oh, hello, friend. What are you? Oh, I think that's just goo from the thermal paste. I was about to say, I saw this little stain right here, and I'm like, hello. But no, I think it's just goo from the thermal paste. All right. Of course, we could always do it the fun way and just start removing the MOSFETs one by one until the problem goes away, and then we know which one is which. All right, just about done with this goddamn thermal paste. And we can start actually testing these components. Just going to try and clean up a little bit as best I can. Yeah, that's also an option. Oh yeah, it's just fantastic to fucking work with. It's an absolute fucking joy. All right. I'm sure it would. All right. So I'm just taking another quick visual inspection here. See if I can see any burn marks or holes. Anything in the MOSFETs that would give me an idea. Everything looks relatively okay. Yeah, they all look relatively okay. All right, let's do some testing real quick. Now, it has been a good long while since I've had a 12-volt short. So I have to remember which of these is going to show as low impedance and which of them are not supposed to show short. Yeah, these are all low impedance, aren't they? Fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, these are all going to be low impedance. All right, I'll tell you what. Before we get too far into this, let's do some voltage injection. Let's see if we can identify where the culprit is. So what we'll do is we'll direct connect 1 volt, and we'll start with 1 volt, 1 amp, and kind of work our way up from there. A short on what? You're talking about the caps? You're talking about these caps right here? Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sure one of the MOSFETs is probably shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to direct connect 1 volt, 1 amp onto the 12 volt input, and we're going to see if anything gets hot. Let me grab my thermal camera here. Oh no, I disconnected the wrong thing. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Okay. And here we are. Okay. So this is the area we're in. Let's go ahead and turn on 1 volt, 1 amp. Oh, it would help if I had ground connected. It would really help if I had ground connected. It's not my brightest move. Okay, let's try this again. So I do have an amp of current getting drawn. Let's see if we can find out where. God damn it. Looking thermal camera. Okay, so I don't know, because it's on a 12 volt line, I don't know if 1 amp is going to be enough. Alright, so well, there's also 0 volts going into the board I see now. But I'm not showing any hotspots. Okay, let's shut this down for just a second here. And let's try this a different way. Keep ground plugged in. Swap our power lead so I can actually inject into a certain spot. Probably not, Sean. I got a couple consoles to work on here. Probably no reballs this evening, my friend. But it is lovely to see your face. Okay. Now I'm going to try direct injecting here. Thing. All right, so it is taking 2 amps. I'm just not showing any hotspots on the board at all. Like, not even a faint one. Let's bump it up to, since we're going into the 12-volt line, I'm going to put it up to 2 volts at 2 amps. Let's see if we can make some magic happen. No, just nothing. Okay, more testing. That did not work the way I had hoped, but more testing. Because the last resort is I start pulling MOSFETs, and I would prefer to know which one to pull before I just start pulling shit. So, now a lot of this should run from the 5 volt and the 12 volt. Oh, let's go in continuity mode. Okay, so those are, yep, that's all short. So this whole area is short right here, which I'm assuming is 12 volt. Okay, maybe we can get a better hotspot there. Let's find out. Let's see what happens, shall we? Yeah, but it's not taking the voltage is the problem. I have it set to 2 volts, and it's only pulling in like 0.3. So the problem isn't that I have the voltage too low, it's that it's not pulling it in. Okay, so if we come to these caps over here, yeah, see, that's still only pulling, it's pulling 0.4 volts, so it's pulling half a volt out of 2 volts. So it's really not pulling much voltage at all. Let's see if I can try and feel it. I mean, we can bump it up to 3 volts. I just don't think it's going to change much. All right, so I've got 3 volts, 2 amps. Yeah, it's just not pulling anything. which is unusual. And that is definitely strange. Back it down. Okay. Am I getting any change if I try to inject here? Not even a little bit of change. Yeah, it's just not pulling any voltage whatsoever. Okay. All right. I think we start pulling MOSFETs. I think that's pretty much our only option at this point. I'm pretty sure one of those DR MOSFETs is for sure blown. I just need to verify it. And the only way I can really do that is to start pulling MOSFETs one at a time, checking if the short is gone, and then move forward from there. Okay, so I'm going to have to heat from underneath because I got all these caps over here. Where's my flux? All right, we'll start with one and work our way across. One at a time until we find it. Okay. And is our short still there? Short is gone. No way it was that easy. No way it's the first MOSFET we took off, right? Nope. And I lost a coil. I must have knocked it off during the
removal process. Where the hell did it go?
Well, yeah, how great would that be, right? Well, I did lose a coil in the process here. That coil right there. So I did lose one, but are we actually not short? Hang on, let's just take a look here. How lucky would that be? That's the first one I fucking took off, right? All right, so yeah, we're good. Oh no, okay, we're still short. Yeah, okay, we're still short. Don't know why it wasn't coming up on the other side, but okay, fair enough. No, it's still not coming up on this side. What the hell? Yeah, it's just no. There it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, no luck. Wasn't the first one. Damn, that'd have been fun. All right, on to the next one. Maybe I could try. Boy, those coils do not. They just fall right out. That's fine. I'll replace them. Those are easy to fix. It's these MOSFETs that are a pain in the ass. Those coils are just falling off the bottom. I guess they're too heavy. That's fine. I have plenty of donors. Not a big deal. All right. It's MOSFET number 2 off. Yep, still short. Yeah, that's a 0 ohm short too. If you guys don't mind dealing with some annoying beeping so I can keep these moving, then I'll hook up the lead until the short's gone. Totally up to you guys if you're okay with a bit of loud beeping for a while. Well, there was no other place for me to start, my friend. Unfortunately, that's just the case with these, is that if it's 12 volt short, 9 times out of 10, the MOSFET's going to be a problem. But Al, I can't make any promises. All right, here we go. No, on multiple different places. The direct 12 volt input, the opposite side where the 12 volt goes into the 5 volt, on the MOSFET caps themselves. I tried a bunch of places. All right, well, that is every MOSFET. That is every single MOSFET pulled, and I did not hear a stop in that beeping once. So, yeah, and we're still short. That's with every MOSFET gone. So, that is with every MOSFET gone. That's genuinely surprising. I'm going to be 100%. Let's check some of these fuses real quick. Okay, so F7001 is good. That's genuinely surprising because the MOSFETs 9 times out of 10 are the problem when you have that 12 volt short there. Yeah, there isn't much before the MOSFET, though, is the problem. There ain't much there. $35.02 is good. $35.01 is good. $75.01 is good. $75.02 is good. Stroke, what do you mean, my friend? Ooh, F7002 is blown. Looks like, anyway. Not giving me anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. Okay, so something on the 12-volt line is unhappy. What the hell could be on the 12-volt line that is unhappy? No, it just randomly stopped. It just randomly powered off. They were playing it, and then it just stopped working. That's what I thought as well. That's why we did the visual inspection first. Oh, those are all low impedance anyway. Yeah, I suppose it could be. I don't know what the hell it would be, though. All right, let's try voltage injection now that those MOSFETs are off. I'm still going to keep it low voltage and high amp just to see if it actually takes the voltage somewhere. Like, that's the problem, is that I can't get it to take the fucking voltage anywhere. Because I've got 2 volts at the ready, but it's just not taking the volts. No, I have it set to 2 volts, 2 amps, and it's just not taking the volts at all. Like, it's at 2 amps. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me do some creative maneuvering here. Okay, so you can see there, if I change my, so that's at 2 volts at 2 amps, right? So that's 2 volts, 2 amps. If I direct connect it to anything on that's showing as short, like it takes the 2 amps for sure, but it only puts out like 0.3 volts, which is unusual. And you'd figure with 2 amps I'd be getting a hotspot, but I'm just not seeing anything. So let's break out our thermal camera again. Let's see if we can try and find something. I mean, the board is still got a fair amount of heat in it. Yeah, we can check the other side. So this is now the side where we took the MOSFETs off. I got a lot of reflections. I got no hotspots. Okay. All right. I mean, look, I'll put it up to 4 volts. We'll go that high. Let's start at 4 at 2 amps. Yeah, I know it should be. Something should be glowing. That's all reflections that you're seeing. All those white spots are reflections. Let me put it up to 3 amps. Maybe 3 amps will get me something. Yeah, I mean, it's taking the full 3 amps of current. It's at half a volt. I have it set to 4 volts, and it's taking in half a volt. And it's taking the full 3 amps of current. Oh, you son of a bitch. Really? Hang on. Let me get my fucking macro lens. I think I found it. Hang on. Where the fuck did I put the macro lens? I think I just found it. Oh, I'm gonna be real pissed if I just did all that work for nothing. I mean, obviously, yeah, it'll be great for the customer because I can fix it, but oh, that's gonna be real disappointing. Where the fuck did I just put my macro lens? Sorry, guys, just a second here. I swear to God, it would be. It fucking would be. Like, I literally just sat it down. It would not have gone far. I have not moved. What the fuck? I fucking need that lens now, and I can't fucking find it. Yeah, I looked under the board, it's not there. Shut up, multimeter. What the actual fuck? I literally took it off for a split fucking second. Sorry, guys. We'll continue with the stream in a second here. It's just I need that macro lens now. Because I think I found the fucking problem. Yeah, no, it's not on the fucking camera. But I need the macro lens to confirm it. What the actual fuck? Well, this became from a repair stream to a fucking Where's Waldo stream. What the fuck is this? Oh, you motherfucker. It was fucking magnetized to something. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, okay. You're going to keep an eye on this area right here. That fucking cap. Right there. That fucking cap right there. Oh, what a fucking time it is to be alive. Look, I went based on experience, Dave. In my experience, those MOSFETs are the problem 99% of the time. So I took a calculated risk that has cost me some time. But that fucking cap right there. Let's check it and see if there's any visible signs of damage, shall we? So this cap right here is the offender. But, oh, yeah. Oh, I see what you meant, Dave. I gotcha. Okay. Well, let's see if that's our only problem. And then we get to go about having all the fun and putting all of those MOSFETs back on. Okay. Offending cap is removed. And let's see if our short is gone. Okay. And the short is fucking gone. There was that fucking cap right there. Yeah. That cap right there was the problem. Yeah, no, I'll reuse the same solder that's on there. I'm not going to go crazy. Yeah, we'll take the win. Absolutely. Just pain in the ass. I don't know if the customer's still in here or not. Are you still in here, my friend? Probably, honestly. Yeah, see, yeah, the bunny ears would have brought me better luck. Okay. All right. Let me start by putting the MOSFETs back on. And that's a good place to start. And then I'll go about replacing the coils on the back side and then that cap. And I did keep the MOSFETs in order on my pad, so I know which ones go where. I don't think it matters, but still. There's 2 coils on the back that I lost during the heating process. Yeah, I'm considering that on the next one here, but okay. Yeah, we're gonna give the board a chance to cool down some, and I'm gonna clear out the rest of this thermal paste. Clearing off the MOSFETs too, make my life a little bit easier. Yeah, definitely made life a little easier, or will once I'm finished tidying them up a bit. All right, so we'll put the MOSFETs back on. We will replace the 2 coils we lost, and we'll replace that cap from a donor board. All right, put some flux down right away. Yeah, well, I mean, it's also kind of my fault, but at the same time, yeah, again, I can only go based on experience when I don't have something that's immediately obvious to me. And yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly right. Fuck. All right, 3 coils down. That's fine. I have plenty of replacements. This one's giving me a problem because I think there's still too much thermal paste on the side. We're going to clean that up real quick. And then once I'm done putting all the MOSFETs back, we'll come in with some alcohol. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you, brother. We'll come back in with some alcohol and we'll tidy. Ah, motherfucker, that's hot. Tidy up all this shit and just make sure everything is on point and where it needs to be. Oh, it's a cap. That's why it's not going on. Okay. Shit. Where'd that come from? Ah, that's where it came from. Okay. I didn't see the cap in that pad there. All right. You motherfucker. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with an alcohol-soaked toothbrush and just try to brush up as much of that mess as I can. Okay. All right, so this one needs to come up a bit. Okay. Okay. All right. That one's got to come up just a tad. And the rest appear to be good. But this one right here needs to move up just a tad. Which one are you? This one? Okay. Okay. And then we should be good to move on to the coils from there. All right. Those all look pretty good. Come in with a heavily alcohol-soaked toothbrush. I have lost a cap. I don't know where that cap went, but it is not there. So I do have to replace that cap, I think. That sucks. I'm going to need a donor board. Give me just a second. Fuck. What's going on, Mitchell? How we doing, brother? There we go. Okay. One more cursory look. Make sure I didn't lose any of those any other small caps somewhere. I can't remember if there was a cap there or not. I feel like there probably was. Yep, sure seems like there was. All right. Now that's why we double check. It's a beautiful Saturday, my friend. Can't complain. Yep, there sure was. Okay. Oh, there's the cap. Huh. Couldn't find the damn thing. All right. Okay. MOSFETs are all back on, caps are all in place. Now we can focus on other things. Like cleaning this up for one. I'm making sure I'm not missing any components here. Nope, all components are there. But I do have these missing coils on the back here. So we are going to fix that. Just put a little leaded flux on there, or leaded solder, I should say. Let me go make sure I have the correct coils here. Let me find an actual donor board for this. All right. Just a quick moment. Got to use the restroom real quick. All right. Okay. The coils are all now replaced. And we are just down to the matter of that cap. Can go ahead and clean up a bit while the board is still warm. All right, and where is it? There it is. That cap right there is where it needs to go. Swindon, welcome. Ah, perfect. Perfect timing. All right. All right. We are going to give this board a lot of time to cool down. There's been a lot of heat put into this board, so we're going to give it just a bit of time here. I am going to come in and just tidy this up. What up, Pro Tech? Welcome in, buddy. All right, we're going to let this board cool down a little bit here. I'm also going to start putting some thermal paste back. Well, actually, no, I should not put the thermal paste on the MOSFETs just yet. What I should do is check our boot sequence and make sure we get a normal boot before I put the thermal paste back on the MOSFETs. That is the correct thing to do here. All right. And I want everyone else to be able to see the boot sequence as well. Now, again, we are going to let this board cool down quite a bit more because there has been a lot of heat put into it. Man, this was just supposed to be a power supply swap. Yeah, that's still more warm than I would like it to be. We're going to let that sit a minute. Once again, thank you for everybody for coming in and hanging out with me for a little while. I really, really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to click the thumbs up button on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. I stream every Saturday live, so you can watch all of my mistakes and learn from them. And be sure to subscribe on YouTube, of course. I also stream there every Saturday. Yeah, I don't know about all that shit, but I will get at least one more console in before I shut the stream down. All right, how we doing on heat? It's Let's give it another minute or two to cool down. And also, let's make sure our short's gone, shall we? We can do that while we let it cool down. One of these days when I take time off of work, maybe I'll do a longer stream. Just do a whole bunch of consoles at once. All right. So we do not have a short anymore. Short is still gone. That's positive. That's good news. All right. That feels cool enough for me to feel comfortable giving this a try. All right. Let's see our boot sequence in 3. Actually, hang on. We can do this the proper way. Okay. All right. Boot sequence. 3, 2, 1. Up to 30 amps. Drop back down and back down. That looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty good to me. It's 30 amps. You know what I fucking meant, Swindon. 30 milliamps. My apologies. 30 amps and this board is dead. All right. Now for the real test. Yeah, 300 milliamps. It's something along 0.3. Okay, if I see 0.3, I'm in a good place. All right. Now let's see how good we really are. But that looked like a good boot sequence. Now, granted, I have a very cheap power supply, but that did look like a good boot sequence to me. That looked pretty good. All right. Here we go. Big test. 3, 2, 1. Let's fucking go. Let's just make sure it doesn't stay on a fucking blue light of death. Let's make sure it goes to white light. White fucking light, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck yeah. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's beautiful. And it's going to do the system restore, of course. All right, now I do have to put I'm not going to put this whole thing back together on stream, obviously. I'll do that all off stream. But that's beautiful. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I suppose I can put the HDMI in. There we go. There we fucking go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, I'm not leaving yet. I still got one more console to do. So I had 4 consoles in total. This was just supposed to be a power supply swap. It turned into a whole adventure, so it took a little while longer. But I do still have one other console to work on. That one I think is just a power supply swap. But we have to test and find out to be sure. The other 2 are just cleaning jobs. I was going to do them on stream, but I mean, yeah, that is what it is. And thank you guys for all of your help and patience through all of that process. That means a lot to me. I know it is not the most enjoyable thing to watch all the time, but I really appreciate it. So we will do one more console to repay your patience. All right, so I am real quick just going to take a bit of this paste and spread it around the MOSFETs here. I don't know how I should feel about that, Ace. I don't know how I should feel about that. Yeah, I know, but it's supposed to be, all right? It is supposed to be. All right. So, number 2 is in a trash bag. And if you've been around my channel long enough, you know what the trash bag means. Oh, happy Father's Day, Ace. Hell yeah, dude. All right. So, 12-volt short. No. If I have a console in a trash bag, it means that we have a likely roach infestation. So I did soak this console for about 8 hours in 99% alcohol, and I actually don't see any in the bag. So that I'm still pretty confident that they are in there, and I'll show you why in just a second. But this is a no power. So we'll plug it in real quick. Yeah, just no power at all. No beeps, no nothing. Now, is it a 12-volt short? I fucking hope not. But you can see where my concern is here with all of that. All of that right there. So, I'm pretty confident we're going to run into a few friends. Oh, I'm not sniffing it. That will not be necessary. Oh, and this has been worked on before, too. I did not know that part. Warranty sticker is missing. And it's missing screws. Yeah, this has been worked on before. And the screws are in the wrong spot. What the fuck? What has happened here? That's from the alcohol I soaked it in. That screw doesn't go there. Oh no. Oh, this is one of the screws from the power supply back area. It's one of the longer, pointier ones, and it was up here. That's not good. Oh boy. Well, hopefully that didn't damage anything. Luckily, it's on the back of the board, or on the area of the board where it's not going to be a problem, but still. All right, Swindon. Be good, buddy. Oh, that doesn't go there either. Oh, what the fuck? You know what? I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say the customer took this apart and tried to do it themselves. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not going to assume immediately that a shop did this. Yeah, there's definitely signs of roaches in here for sure. I haven't come across any yet, which is positive, but there is definitely signs. Let me go ahead and take this back cover off. I know I'm going to need to anyway. That's missing. That's missing. Oh, that one's not missing. It's just wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna hope against hope that this was the customer that tried to do it themselves. Which, I mean, granted, I don't blame them. I would give it a shot myself first too, knowing how much these power supplies are going for nowadays. You know what? It'll come out this way. Yeah. Yep. There is indeed some roaches. I don't see any live ones, but I see carcasses. Okay. Well, see, and that's the thing, because I know that they've had it apart enough to have the power supply screws out. I don't see any missing screws from here, which again leads me to believe that the customer probably started the job and just couldn't complete it. I'm going to assume that's probably what happened, because if there's missing screws on the top here, there's absolutely going to be missing screws on this silver plate if it got down this far. Got to document the pests. All right, pop this out. Alright, there's that. Okay, so before we get too far into this, let's just double check our power and see if we have 12 volts coming in. Because of the pests, I'm going to assume that we don't. But I've been wrong before, and goddamn it, I'll be wrong again. All right. All right, so we have 0 volts coming in. Yeah, 0 volts. So totally dead power supply. Unless it's another 12 volt short. You know what? Let's check it while we're here. No, we're good. Okay. Yeah, no 12 volt short. Okay. Yeah, there's no screws holding this fucking power supply in. I can feel it. Okay. Let's move the board off to the side. And let's recheck our work now that we have access directly to the power supply. So, come in here. Yeah, so we have 72 millivolts in the power supply with the power plugged in. So, power supply is dead. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gross. Yeah. Steal this Wi-Fi Bluetooth cable apparatus. Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. I'm sure that's what took it down because it is covered in not fun stuff. Where's my air gun? Just sending photos to the customers. To the customer. Bear with me. Okay. All right. Let's grab one of these here power supplies. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, it's not the best design. It is definitely not the best. Okay. Now we're going to actually keep the power supply in the console. There we go. In the console. No, it's not broken. No, it's rattling around because I think when the customer took it apart, they took out the two bottom screws that hold the power supply in place, and they never put them back. They put them back in the wrong spot. So that's why it was rattling around like that. But it wasn't broken. All right, that was that. There we go. Okay. Just make sure we got 12 volts coming in. Yep, 12 volts coming in. All right. Okay, let's make sure it works. All right, we've got blue light. There's no sound, but we've got the light. Light is on. You can kind of see it in the bottom corner here. And there we go. Good. After the nightmare I just had, I deserved an easy one with a nice power supply replacement. Smooth and simple. I love it. There we go. All right, perfect. All right, so that is where we are going to end it for today. I do have other consoles I have to work on. Like I said, they're just cleaning jobs, so not a big deal. But that first one was a doozy, right? That was fun. I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and hop. Yeah. All right, anyway. Thank you guys, as always, for coming and hanging out with me on a lovely Saturday evening or Sunday morning, whatever it happens to be in your particular area of the world. Lila. Is it Lila? Lila, yes. Welcome. Welcome in. Unfortunately, you have come in towards the end of the stream. I apologize. But be sure to throw me a follow on Twitch. I stream every Saturday with some lovely repairs on consoles. It is lovely to meet you. I apologize that you're coming in right at the end here, but make sure you come back next week. We will have more fun stuff here at Rose Repairing Rabbits. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. I got football tomorrow. It's going to be a great day. Go Dolphins. Let's fucking go. I'll see y'all next week. Peace. Uh-oh. Just kidding. Haha. Oh, no. Oh, God. I did the thing. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, shit. Hold on. My bad. The notification didn't come through for the gifted sub. Ashley gifted a sub to DJ Rusty Russ. Much obliged, Ashley. Thank you so much. I wave my bunny ears at you. That's very kind. Awesome. Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Now I'm out of here. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.